Hey, welcome back to another episode of That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles. We're at the Kitchen Table Studios. See Kennard walking in. It's always good to see him. I've got Kyle Bass with me today from Art of Roux. He's been here before, so this is a repeat command performance. Everybody loved that clip with Kyle, so we're going to do something different. I hadn't talked to Kyle since the last show, so what's going on?
How's it going, man? Good. It's good to see you.
I like that shirt.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Represent the
Let's get close to
local
football season.
USM is our local, for you people that don't live here, our local school besides William Carey, and football season's close, so everybody's getting excited. So hopefully there's good things ahead. We'll be watching a lot of those guys out there, including Briggs Bourgeois, who helps us sometimes. Anyway, so what you got on dock for today? Tell us what you're going to cook.
Keeping it simple, we're doing our sweet cornbread that everybody knows from the food truck, Art of Roux, that we were serving. Came with our gumbo and our red beans. So I figured since last time I did the red beans and rice, I was like, well, what other?
Which was excellent, by the way.
What other perfect option than some cornbread?
Yeah.
We got the original Grit Girl cornmeal as well, so I wanted to bring the bag up here so everybody could see that. Yeah, there's other restaurants and stuff around town that serve that, and that's kind of where we got tipped off about it. The Depot serves it, and I want to say Keg and Barrel. They've got some of their products, and ever since I tried it, I was
So
like,
do you know the Grit Girl?
I don't.
Is there a Grit Girl?
I imagine there is.
We need to get the Grit Girl down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, their products are phenomenal. You can go on the website. Yeah, they'll send it straight to your house as well. So
beautiful. Well, it's good. Local state of Mississippi company in Oxford. So yeah, it's gritgirl.net. You can go in there and check it out. If Kyle says it's good, then it's got to be good. So, and it's if a restaurant is using it, then
absolutely.
You know, it's he wants quality. He's got to sell to his customers. So there you go. So check it out and see. All right. So tell us what you got. It looks very organized.
Yeah, so it's a super simple recipe. It's an old cake recipe. I don't remember the exact cake I made at the time, but I remember while I was in the process of making it, I was like, well, this is pretty much like a cornmeal or a pancake type recipe. I was like, if I just had cornmeal instead of cake flour, I was like, this might be phenomenal.
Huh.
Sure enough, it worked out pretty good. So it's a little different than what most people are used to. Most people aren't used to sweet cornbread, as I found out. But are quickly converted once they have it. That's for sure. But so it's just one cup of cornmeal, original Grit Girl. You got 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and it's a pretty easy recipe to remember. And a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. That's where the sweetness comes in.
So the question is, does Grit Girl make grits?
They do. They do. It's incredible grits as well. They're super coarse, which I love.
Do you use the grits?
I do at the house.
Yeah.
And anytime we've served grits on the truck, that's the grits that we'll use.
Yeah.
It's the Grit Girl. Mm-hmm. All right, and so that was a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and I got a tablespoon of baking powder and then a teaspoon of salt. Mm-hmm. I go ahead and get all the dry in there and mix it all together so that way it's thoroughly combined.
Salt and your baking powder in the same one?
Yeah. And chop up the brown sugar. It's kind of moist, so it likes to clump up. But go ahead and get it all mixed up before you add that egg so you don't overwork it and make it flat when it comes out. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, you want to mix your dry before you mix your everything together. Yep. Otherwise, it doesn't get evenly distributed for
you.
Then it don't bake right.
Exactly. And you got a 1/3 cup of oil. I use canola oil. I've used grapeseed oil in the past. It was really nice, but canola oil is pretty simple. It's pretty bland in baking, so that's what I like. It doesn't add or take away any taste.
You kind of stay neutral on that.
Yeah, exactly. We got an egg. Since we're making plugs from Nature's Gourmet Farm in town, by the way, I'm sure everybody's familiar with them. Yeah, Nature's Gourmet out in Petal.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Really? Yes. You can get their eggs at Corner Market. Phenomenal. And kind of the same thing. They've got a website you can order on, and if you don't feel like going to Corner Market and set up like pickup dates and stuff, and they've got different drop-off points in town that they'll meet you and drop off. And they've got like beef, chicken, pork, eggs. Yes, sir. It's phenomenal.
Well, good. So. Nature's Eggs, so we'll remember.
Nature's Gourmet Farm.
Nature's Gourmet Farm.
Sorry.
Has eggs.
It is Nature's Eggs, though, if we're being technical.
We keep saying it will be Nature's Eggs. You repeat it enough, it's true, right?
Yep, exactly. All right, now once all the wet's poured in there, I kind of go ahead and just pop the yolk. I don't know why. Just it makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. That's just the way you roll.
Yeah, exactly. And then you really just want to stir it until it's just about combined. Like I made that pancake reference earlier, almost like pancakes. If you overwork it, it's not gonna puff up. It'll kind of flatten out.
You ever try to cook these on a griddle?
I have.
Yeah.
And Kennard had pointed out some cast irons. I thought about that way too late. I already had my pans, had my mind made up.
But you done it at home?
Yeah, I've done it in like little cast iron muffin pans, regular muffin pans.
So this you say, go ahead and try this at home. Not, you say don't try this at home.
Yeah, no, you should definitely try all these at home. And come in here and get a cast iron pan to cook it in
Kennard got
as well.
Yeah, you want a good pan. You get a cheap pan, you get a cheap cast iron, and it doesn't do right, it sticks, and then it rusts. So.
See, I'm just using this little shallot third pan
I
had on the food truck. Like I said, it's how it is.
You using what you got.
Yeah, exactly. And then you grease your pan. You can take some butter and spray it in there, or some nonstick sprayer. Even if you got some canola oil left over, you
duck butter
it down in there. Duck butter. Here at Kitchen Table, you can always get that.
So if you want to go high end and the best there is, get the duck butter.
I just get a spatula just to clean all that out. Nothing too fancy.
If you don't use a spatula, you're not a good cook, because you need to get everything out of your pan.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what gets it out of there. That's why you use it. It saves you money.
Put all that time and energy into cooking. You got to get it all.
And believe it or not, you can get a good spatula right here too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it. Set your oven to 425. You want to do that beforehand. I probably should have said that from the get-go. And then pop it in the oven for about, I'd say 25, 30 minutes. It varies. You know how it is when you're baking. It's somewhere in there, somewhere in a certain range.
We're gonna take a quick break and to let our sponsors come in here, and we'll be right back. And we're gonna pull that cornbread out, and we're gonna see if this man is telling the truth or not about the Grit Girls cornmeal, and see if it really tastes good and how it looks. Hey, Jeff Flatto here, the Cookie Man. I've got some new items for you guys. A 2-ounce Maddie's Sweet Shop line. We've got key lime, which is our best seller. Plain in the lovely plaid, great holiday item. And then raspberry in the 2 ounce as well. These are also in French and English, so you can impress your friends that you speak a second language, the French. And we don't have the butterscotch. Darius ate it on the way over here, so sorry, but we do sell the butterscotch. So those 4 flavors are available in the 2 ounce. Great stocking stuffers. So pick some up today and enjoy from Flato's Fine Foods. Hey, we're back here with Kyle. We're waiting for that cornbread to come out, so everybody's in a state of anticipation. I hadn't had lunch, so it probably, even if it's nasty, I'll eat it, but I bet it's going to be good. So look, we hadn't talked in a while. What's been going on with you? Tell us where you're at. What's going on with your building?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to sell the food truck right now. We're not selling the Art of Roux brand per se. We're going to keep an open mind, whether that be get another food truck down the road or do a brick and mortar.
I saw the for sale sign on it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to evolve that brand into doing like products and packaging and stuff like that in the next year, maybe 2 to 3 years. And we'll be selling our gumbo, red beans, cornbread mix, stuff like that. But yeah.
So you're still going through with your building down there?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Yeah, we're getting ready for that. That's part of the reason I was pushed to kind of sell the truck. It's almost too much to worry about right now, and the food truck itself is it's way more than what we need. And while it's still fairly new, we're going to try to sell it. Get our money we put into it back out now that it's paid off, and put that into the building itself, and kind of just keep going that way. It was a little overwhelming trying to think about handling a food truck and a building and all that.
So what's a food truck go for?
Man, well, right now they go from anywhere from about 120 to 240, depending on how they're built out. But yeah, we paid a pretty penny for ours. We're hoping to at least get what we put out of it.
Yeah. And you got it on the market now. So if you're interested in a food truck, call or get in touch with Kyle, and I don't know who Todd is. But, or if Todd answers and he sells it to you, go ahead and talk to him too. So good. Well, so what's how much does it cost basically? You can sell it right here on.
Yeah, we're looking to get around 150 out of it, roughly.
Yeah.
We, after all was built out and everything, we put it around probably about 140 or so in it.
Yeah.
With the current climate where everything is right now,
that's what you put in it plus what it costs for the truck without anything in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And like I said, the truck is still fairly new, and all the equipment's pretty much brand new. So. Yes, sir.
Good. So what's in it?
It's got a 4-burner stovetop.
Yeah.
It's got an oven underneath. That stovetop also has a 1-foot griddle. There's a 4-foot griddle next to that. A 50-pound fryer. We've got 2 prep tables in there. 3 wall shelves. It's got a serving table, 3-compartment sink, a hand sink.
Refrigeration?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got a prep top cooler for making sandwiches, salads, stuff like that. Right to the left of that is a single door reach-in cooler.
Yeah.
And then we've also got the full installed hood system. We've got the fire suppression system, which costs a pretty penny.
Yeah.
It's probably the most expensive piece of equipment in there. Not literally, but it felt like it at the time.
This is not a bread truck, redone bread truck with a Kenmore oven.
No, this was built out in Austin, Texas by a company
so
that's
it's
pumped out.
customized.
Yeah, they've pumped out probably like 10,000.
I didn't mean to get personal, but you just trying, somebody may be interested.
Oh, absolutely.
And some people may not know what these bad boys cost. They're not cheap.
I know.
So that'd be a good deal for if you're looking to get into it. It's got everything in it that you need.
Absolutely.
And all this stuff's good equipment, so if it breaks, it can be fixed.
Exactly.
Which is the key to commercial equipment.
Absolutely. And it helped us out. I got it with the mind to have a stepping stone into a building, because when we first moved back, I wanted to go gung-ho and go into a building, get a full kitchen, do everything, and that just financially that wasn't reasonable. So I was like, well, let me start small, and we were blessed enough to create enough business and network enough to where that got us right where we are now.
So you're gonna, in your new building, what's the name of that gonna be?
It's gonna be called the kitchen.
The kitchen.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a kitchen, and then other people can come in and rent space.
Exactly. Yeah. Part of it's gonna be a commissary kitchen where we'll lease out different incubator spaces and stuff like that. So anybody local or in
Are you
town.
gonna have a storefront for you in there with
Absolutely.
your items?
Yeah.
Will other people be able to sell their items in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
they'll have space too to sell
Correct.
if they want. Yeah.
Correct.
Have you got people already interested, signed up?
Yeah, we've got a good amount of people already interested.
Yeah.
As far as signing up and stuff, we haven't started any contracts or anything like that just yet. We got to get a little bit closer and wait till we've got actual opening days and startup days, because I don't want to.
What do you?
Well,
hoping
hoping for man. The sooner the better.
Yeah.
Definitely 2023 is on our radar.
Yeah.
We initially were hoping the beginning, but now it's looking like possibly spring of next year. Yeah, spring, summertime.
Maybe a good time then.
Yeah, we're still in the design phase with the architect, so we're going about it. Like I said, through that way, making sure everything going very detail oriented on the entire project.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's gonna be very pleased whenever they see it.
Yeah.
Super exciting stuff.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, good luck selling that. And then, so, are you using the truck now?
I'll go in there from time to time and prep and do stuff odd and in. I'll be honest. As soon as I made up my mind on selling it, I was like, oh shoot, a couple of weeks this thing will be sold. And so I was like, well, let me shut it down, clean it up, put some for sale signs on it, and it's probably been about a month, and I'm starting to get like.
But are you still doing your food like you said?
Yeah, we've actually. I've been operating out of the Thirsty Hippo kitchen.
Okay.
Made good friends with Brad down there, and he was just looking for somebody to come take over the kitchen for a few nights. And so last month we did that on pretty much every Saturday, and then next month I'll be back there again for a couple of dates in September, just to stay warm and stay relevant and busy. And
so you're selling food in there? On those
yeah,
nights?
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I got you. So once a week, basically?
Yeah, last month we were in there almost every Saturday of last month, and then September 10th and September 17th we'll be back in the Hippo kitchen.
Yeah. So what are you going to sell item-wise when you open up your new venture?
So when we open up in the kitchen, we'll be serving breakfast and lunch daily, and we'll be doing like breakfast sandwiches on biscuits. Simple stuff that people are familiar with: fried chicken biscuits, ham, egg, and cheese biscuits. We'll do different breakfast bowls, like on the healthier side, like grains and fruit and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then for lunch, we'll be doing sandwiches, salads, soups. Just your familiar stuff.
All the while, the other people could be doing their thing in the kitchen.
Exactly.
In the same, is the same kitchen?
Yes, sir. It is. It's massive.
How do you
compartmentalize
the regulations for that? Like when you're
it'll basically be set up like a lease. So we'll basically be the leaseholder, and they'll come in and they'll sign contracts, and like I said, they'll have their own space, their own private space where they come in and feel safe and keep their stuff locked up.
Yeah.
All the cooking equipment is easy accessible for everybody that's in there, and that'll be set up on a scheduling basis as well, just so there's no conflict.
If you're doing lunch and they're not going to come in and use the same piece of equipment.
Exactly. Well, where we'll be serving breakfast and lunch will kind of be off to the side, so it'll have its own little area, and it'll be probably about the size of this kitchen, maybe a little bit bigger. But yeah, and so we'll be doing stuff out
How many
there.
square feet is that building?
The whole building's roughly 7,500 square feet.
And upstairs, it's got upstairs, right?
Yeah, upstairs basically be like an event space.
Really?
We'll lease out and,
Yeah.
and we'll use it for special events and stuff like that. But pretty much just a private event space.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, is that an elevator? Or?
No. Hence private.
Right.
Yeah, it'll have to be private for a little while.
You can throw a rope up there and climb.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So you're going to paint the building? You have plans on the color of the outside is going to stay the same, or is it going
Well, I was supposed to keep it hush hush a lot of the stuff, but we're going to re-brick the outside, so it'll pretty much be in sync with the rest of downtown. And
So y'all are really going full blown.
Oh man, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. That's kind of one of the things that's taking so long is, like I said, we're very detail oriented, and our partners and investors and stuff are like-minded as well. And we decided if we're going to do it, then we really need to do it. So, but yeah, we're going to re-brick the whole outside. That way it'll match, like I said, the rest of downtown. It'll look really pretty right up next to the public library because they got that really pretty brick all around it.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think about the roundabout there?
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed emotions about it. I think it's nice. I mean, now that it's actually up and it's active,
I think it's pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of overreacted.
That thing was a cluster anyway.
I know.
I go that way, so I don't have a problem.
Well, you know how we are down south. Like we don't really like change.
Yeah.
It's like you throw change into somebody's daily routine.
I think that thing needed change.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't like it was a four-way stop or something.
Yeah, and it was kind of tough coming in and off of some of those side roads. Some of those
you got five ways to get in and out, so it's
absolutely.
tough. It was a mess, so it's hard to get the lights to work. Rather than they had them working right, but it was just, it was. And then coming off from the graveyard right there that way, that was a mess.
Yeah.
So that's that's good. Yeah, I thought about that. I drive by there almost every day after work, and I see you. That's when I saw your for sale sign. I said, well, "What's he doing? Where's he going?" So, and then manhandled the roundabout each day. So far, nobody's hit me. I don't stop. I just keep going. Don't tell Toby that.
No,
I don't even stop.
I treat it like a yield as well.
Right.
I thought about that.
But I think it's a good move. Well, that's exciting. I think the downtown is getting really refurbished and lots of good businesses down there, different things going on. So I think it's a good sign, for Hattiesburg. You need a vital downtown, and we've got everything there for it. And that's going to be a great addition, for people to come. And it's going to be kind of different because you may have people come in for 2 months, and then I mean, is there like you can have a long term? It's going to be short term.
It'll be a mixture of both.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the things we're going to have to kind of take it as it is because these types of concepts exist in bigger cities, and as you can imagine, in bigger cities, there's a long list to get into these types of kitchens. So when people are in, they're in for a good while. It's a different area here, so I'm not too sure. I know we've got a couple right off the bat that are going to want full-time space, whether it's because they don't have enough space in their current operation or they're getting ready to expand and they just need a separate little location to help that expansion. But I think a lot of it, like I said, we're just going to have to take it as it is. Our mindset is we've got 6 kind of private spaces for people that if they do need full-time spots, like if they need to come in and leave stuff and keep it locked up. And then we're going to have an off-side prep space for 2 separate areas where people just want to come in for the weekend and borrow it, or if they just want to come in for a day, or maybe they're like, hey, I just need a couple of weeks in there. Maybe they're getting ready to open up their restaurant, but they need somewhere to come in and do test tastings and stuff like that. They can come in and utilize our space, or go ahead and get prepped up, and then when their restaurant's ready, they can move all their stuff in.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. Like I said, probably a combination of both. Hopefully full time. I mean, that'll keep the rent paid and everything.
Well, the ones that make it will be want to stay full time or move on to the next
Absolutely.
spot.
We're essentially just encouraging people to use this as a stepping stone. Like I said, we've got existing businesses that are just looking to expand, and then we've got a couple of potential clients that are looking to start their own thing, whether it be through a ghost kitchen or just doing catering or setting up their own website and selling products. So we're super excited just to see what people come up with and the creativity they have on that end. I think it's going to open up for a whole lot of ideas in town.
Well, it's great for people that don't have the wherewithal to do it all at once for themselves, but to get out there and put their feet in the water and see. And so that's good that you guys are giving them that opportunity. And then hopefully it makes you money too.
Absolutely.
So what's the word on the street on the food truck lingo? What's going on with that?
I don't know.
You have a club? Do you meet every week?
It's funny. I started a Hattiesburg Food Trucks page on Instagram and garnered a good amount of followers, and really just started just to kind of create a following for other food trucks in this area. And it's kind of at a standstill right now. Like, we have trucks come in and out, whether it's to Lucky Rabbit first Saturdays or just odd end events, but I haven't seen or heard of any new like full-time trucks that are set up in a certain location each and every day.
Have you thought about if you don't sell it, could you do like a pop-up food truck where you rented the thing out and it was a blank, just a...
Yeah, we've considered that, yeah. Absolutely.
Even for your clients.
Yeah, yeah. Our fail-safe, our absolute fail-safe, if it doesn't sell, then we're just going to rewrap it, probably, and put the kitchen logo branding on it, and then that'll be our on-site catering truck for that company. So
yeah, if that works, I want 1%. So.
All right.
I know maybe you've already thought of it, like you said. I'm not saying you'll forget by the time it happens, and I'm gonna say, you remember that?
Yeah. Let me check this cornbread.
Yeah. Check the cornbread. We'll see what. I can smell it. It smells good. That's like the old. That sounds like the old cooking shows that were on educational toothpicks. You got toothpicks?
I knew I should have brought some.
Yep, let's probably try that. See if that comes clean. Y'all know the toothpicks to see if it comes clean. If there's nothing on it, then it's done. And the knife works too. We just don't like to wash anything, so again, we got to wash the knife. So we got an Epicurean cutting board that Kennard says he's got to sell them.
Look, and this is the trick too.
Yeah, what's the trick?
This is pretty much the trick. This
That's
I like I said, I kind of mess around and come. Yeah, it's butter. It's kind of curled just a little bit.
I thought there was grits in the butter. I thought you had some whole new little deal you were going to show me.
No, I got this trick from my mom. She would do it to help it release out of the cast iron. So
oh yeah, so the sides get a little butter on it.
And then just wrap it. That's super hot, but you know how it is. You work in the kitchen, it don't even matter.
You lose your feeling in your hands after a while.
And in your heart sometimes.
Right, yeah. That's first. The hands are later.
Yeah.
The heart goes first.
Yeah.
And the bank account second.
Yeah.
Maybe the bank account first and the heart comes after. Depends on what kind of person you are. Depends on what kind of person you are.
And normally I'll let that sit for like maybe 10 minutes, no more, because then too long it'll start to get a little bit
What do you serve the
soggy,
cornbread with when you, I forgot, I think you told me the
we were serving it with the red beans and the gumbo.
So it's like an accompaniment with it.
Correct.
You get that with it.
Yep, I got a little scoop I was using on the truck, get a nice scoop, make it real pretty, put it on top.
And at the Hippo, what are you doing food-wise?
Man, I've just been changing it up. We were doing like tostadas and gyros, and I was just trying to branch away and do stuff different from what I've been stuck doing on the truck. I kind of painted myself in a box per se on the truck, but you kind of have to.
Well, you got to use what's
to have a brand,
right? Yeah.
You know, and you're only limited to so much when you're on a food truck. So I was like, well, let me just do something I haven't done in a while, or you know, and so that was nice to be able to kind of stretch out and just do different stuff, try different stuff. Yeah, just like I said, we did tostadas, gyros, we did some just like fresh veggie plates and stuff like that. Try to speak to their crowd, see what they like, what they don't like.
Business good there?
It was, yeah, we did really well. And it's exciting too, doing pop-ups in kitchens around town and experiencing different clientele and stuff like that, you know, and getting to experience it firsthand.
So you just carry all your stuff there in the boxes?
Pretty much. I got 4 bus tubs, just like whatever I need. I keep it simple. That's it seems silly, but that's kind of what I wrap my head around. I'm like, what could fit in 4 bus tubs? I go from there, you know. Obviously after
is that equipment and everything, like pans or?
Yeah, and I keep it super simple because he's got a nice little setup in there. He's got a steam table set up. He's got a flat top oven, and I know he's actually looking for chefs to come in and do basically what I did, like come in and take over his kitchen. So that's another thing that if anybody in town,
keep that in mind. Thirsty Hippo, you can call down there and go down and talk to them. Offer your services.
A little cheap.
See what happens. I'm saying it pops out.
Oh, it's definitely gonna pop out.
We just don't want a crack in the top of it when it flips over. I know. That's what you don't want. Your mom will be mad at you. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
so
like
now we get to taste it, even though it's hot. Yeah. Well, you gotta let it cool some to get, bread and stuff like that is tough.
Absolutely.
And that was same. That little crack comes sometimes when even on the top when you hadn't even taken it out yet. There you go. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect. So is this going to be a little sweet? Is that what you were saying?
It is, yeah. That brown sugar will kind of make it sweet.
It's like a dessert.
I know.
You could take that and put some strawberries on it with some sugar and some whipped cream, baby. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, when my brother would come to the truck, he would order a side of it and tell me to put honey on it. So I'd give him some warm cornbread, put honey on it, and spoon.
I'm with your brother. I like honey.
Oh, yeah.
Honey's good. I bought some
wanna
monk
try
fruit. I brought some monk fruit. Kennard, come get a piece.
I'll get a piece.
Monk fruit sugar substitute today, and I was trying to figure out what was what on. There was 5 or 6 different options. I'm not
Soft.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I'll put on my strawberries and see.
Yeah.
Probably sugar's better for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not, because it had something in it called start with an E. Didn't sound like it was good.
You
It
gotta be
didn't sound like it was
careful.
good for you. I don't know.
Sugar substitutes.
There was one that was pure and it was ours. I got it, so it doesn't have anything but the monk fruit. So we'll see. So there it is. Hey, look, that's pretty simple. You got a local guy and a state company from Mississippi in Oxford. Great girls, and that stuff's really good. Like I said, they got grits too. I think it'll be good. What was that company again in Petal with the eggs?
Nature's Gourmet Farm.
Nature's Gourmet Farm. So that's some tips for everybody out there locally. Or if you're in another town and you're watching this, you can find different sources for your food that are local. May cost a little more, but maybe not when things are going up at the store, so it may not be any different. So, but anyway, hey, look, I enjoyed this. This was good. Good luck to you with the project.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when it opens, we'll get you back on, or maybe we'll just come there and do we'll do a segment there.
Yeah,
and
we'll
let
do a
everybody
collaboration.
see.
We'll get Kenner and everybody to come down there.
Yeah,
We'll have a big old party.
we'll eat and we'll get Kennard. He'll get him to head up the whole interview.
There we go.
I want to have like 3 stools, where
Yeah.
Kennard's in the middle, and so we need him involved so we can sell this stuff. But anyway, it's good, and I enjoyed seeing you again, and good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
I hope you sell that truck.
Yeah,
If not,
absolutely.
you can do what I said.
Yeah.
Kennard will probably buy it if nobody else does.
Yeah, we'll pull it around here.
Yeah,
We'll
put it
start
right out
selling
front.
food. Yeah, out there.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Good
thank you
luck
so
to you.
much.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all.